She taking over. She taking over. You taking over. You got that takeover spirit. Nah, boy, I ain't with it. You got that takeover spirit. And nah, boy, I ain't with it. You got that takeover spirit. And nah, girl, I ain't with it. You got that takeover.
Hey, you're inside the Coffee Cup with the Inglewood City Girls. I am Coffee Mia Moore.
I'm Danielle.
I'm Camila.
And our special guest is
Ty the Tiger.
Ty the Tiger.
Tiger.
You like the way he said it. He was like Ty the Tiger. You know what I'm
So
saying?
smooth.
He did the
Kafe.
shimmy with it. Right. Are you in a fraternity?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't pledge. That
Yeah,
wasn't
me
my thing.
neither.
That wasn't my
Not in a
thing.
fraternity.
I'm excited about this.
I know. Tell us a little bit about yourself because we watched your short, right? Mm-hmm. And it took me through a journey. Mm-hmm. It was a journey for no reason, and it took me 2 days to get it off of me, and I'm still mad at police. How was that like for you? I know as an actor, I know you had to do your job.
Right.
You know, it's your job. It's like, oh, I was acting, and, you know, I did. But honestly, you're a black man living in this society. How did that really impact you?
Well, because I am a black man living in a world of social injustice, I did feel some kind of way. I was probably one of the hardest shoots that I've ever done. But one of my best pieces of work. Mm-hmm. The Ice Cream Stop was written or created by a friend of mine, Marcel Baber, and his cousin, Raul, which is the director, called me up and said, "Hey man, we got something." And I had known Raul like maybe 11 years, solid, and we've tried to get some things off the ground, but you know, for whatever reason, it didn't take off. And he brought it to me, and I'm talking about from the moment I read just the outline, I was like, I gotta do this. And I think what drew me to the project was because I lived a lot of those experiences. You know, as an actor, you're supposed to be able to tap into any situation and play just pretty much imaginary, you know, but that was real. And after watching George Floyd and all that stuff, I mean, it really, really hit. And I just remember getting on set that night and I said, listen, y'all, they didn't have the luxury of getting another take.
Right.
So every time we do this.
Absolutely, that's what I thought. I'm
So
like,
every
come
time
on
we
now.
do this, you gotta bring it.
We got to get it.
I said, ain't no playing with this. And, you know, everybody just gave them.
And those tears.
And man, yeah.
Where did you pull? Because you know, I'm a director. I'm a writer, director, producer. Naturally, that's what I do. I love doing it. The tears, you know, sometimes I see people crying. I'm like, fake shit.
Right.
You know, I don't see the truth.
Right.
But I understand acting, and to the naked eye, to someone else, you know, they feel it. But I'm like, those ain't tears.
Nah.
In this,
He said no.
I'm like, yo, those tears came from a place,
Right.
right?
Right.
Filled with
So
pain.
where did they come from?
Oh, that's so multifaceted. We'd be here 2-3 shows.
Yeah, I'm interested. You can sum it up.
Well, just to kind of sum it all up, I was falsely accused of misappropriating myself with my daughter in my previous marriage. So when I divorced her, that was the lie they told. So I went to prison for that. So just dealing with, I mean, if you look at the writing, it was a baby girl.
Right.
I'm writing my, it's my life.
Right.
So reliving all those things, you know, that's what they did everything but kill me.
Right.
You
And it
know.
probably felt like you should have just fucking did that, or you gonna accuse me of.
Well. The problem with that is when you get a label like that, you're treated as such, and you know. So it would have done me better just to go to prison, because it was hard for me to find a job. You know, thank God I didn't have to, you know, sign up for the pedophile.
Right.
But
Right.
all those, I'm like, everybody that I had left behind was either forced to cop a plea just so he can get out.
My God.
But to get out, that was one of the conditions. You know, you got a, child molester, and
Yeah.
and like, who want that on their damn child?
Right.
You know?
No.
So again, I was going through a plethora of emotions from the time we got the script and we started developing it up until the time we shot. And I was just like, a lot of things that I thought I had actually healed from, I had to go and revisit,
Right.
just to make the movie real.
Right.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have
Right.
it wouldn't have told the way it
Right,
did.
right.
So a lot of it was predicated on me, and then too, my co-star Dustin. When I first met Dustin, yeah, when I first met Dustin, I told Raul, I said, I don't know about this guy.
No, he did an awesome job.
I said, because when I flip this switch, man, I'm gonna forget.
Right.
And he need to be on top of
and
it.
I'm glad you're there in that moment with the truth, because there was a lot for me in that moment in truth. Watching this, I'm not watching actor. I'm going into the head, because that's what I want from an actor.
Right.
I want you to go into a space,
Right.
and that's why I'm there with you. Like, what's going on with you in this moment?
Right.
Hell no. Even me, I'm like, okay, Dustin. Because I had the pleasure of meeting Dustin.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's hard to switch that off, because especially if you're internalizing or you're an empath, watching you have this journey, and then I'm watching him. I understand you're an actor too, but it's like, damn, how did you went to a place?
Well, again, right when I had the hard talk with him, I said, listen, man, we've never worked, and just from what I get, I said, man, you really got to bring this, man, because if you don't do your job, it's not going to work.
Right.
It's not going to work. And we had several conversations up until the time that we shot, and it was just getting him comfortable. I said, listen, I'm there with you.
Right.
I mean, when I fall into darkness, I'm there with you. You're not by yourself. We're really going to do this together. And when he felt comfortable, and then too, in the beginning, a lot of the jargon wasn't as real. And I said, they don't say that.
Hold on and pause. I really appreciate you saying this because it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Along the way in the beginning, right?
The first couple of edits and stuff, it was really light, and then me and Marcel sat back and we was like, Ra, Ra happens to be, Hispanic. So again, we both have our instances. I said, but it's different.
Right.
We don't, it's a brown thing and it's a black thing.
Right.
And when it's a black thing, this is how they talk. This is what they do. So we went back and made the proper revisions, man, and it played really, really well. And then for the most part, when Dustin just got into his space and he was comfortable, I just said, listen, man, we're professionals.
It got real for me when when you saw the police. That's when the truth came into the equation. Okay, it was cute. It was good. It was good. I ain't gonna lie. But it was cute, And then it got real.
Yeah.
And when it got real, I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm watching it, but I'm uncomfortable because it was real. And those tears, let me tell you, I was like, oh, no, because your lazy ass didn't want to get up and go get no ice cream. You've been thinking about it all.
About that girl the whole time. All day, 3 in the morning, and she gonna tell him to go get some ice cream.
But then, too, to kind of play on the tears, too, we dropped a lot of gems in that movie.
Yeah.
Relationship. Especially with, the dynamic between how black women supposed to act. It was a reverence for me. He looked at his wife and was like, look, I gotta go. These are things that
after he did surgery.
Typically, I deal with a lot of women. I know a lot of women, hear a lot of relationship talk, and I'm like, yo. You really got a good man. But just because they don't do certain things doesn't make them.
Come on, talk your stuff.
And so it's just the small things for men that means if I'm getting up 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't give a fuck.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's nothing to take lightly.
Right.
But the slap in the face is, bow. Anything, the small things that we take for granted. Can come back and haunt you.
Another thing in that film that I liked was it was brief, but it showed the woman's intuition because when he passed, she woke up.
That's the connection. It was that close.
It was like a soulmate.
And that's and that's how it should be. Again, his presence was so strong, and they had such a bond, and.
But for me, that was cute. But that was cute because I feel like you should have that with anyone you love.
Right.
Love is love. You know what I'm saying? If you're close to someone, You're going to feel something. You're going to feel their pain. They're going to be on your mind. So yeah, it was a lot of cute moments. But you know, I definitely had to ask you about that. Where did that pain come from? Because that really stuck with me. It was true.
Yeah.
And for you to say this, I don't know if you've ever said it before, but I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, it's no secret. It's been out. I have like a little small documentary on my YouTube page that talked about the false allegations and stuff like that and how it just kind of changed my life. It hurt my family more. I was more mad because how it affected my family.
Wow.
You know, because again, when you're in a situation with a person and somebody want to be vindictive, you be okay.
Especially
me,
when
me
you-
is one thing.
Yeah.
But
My
seeing
family.
my mom and
Yeah.
when I finally came home and seeing her lose it, because everybody like every day I was in there.
Were you gone?
I got picked up. They came and got me. It was crazy. I flew down to see my daughter, and initially, she tried to set me up to get me arrested in Dallas. But for whatever reason, God, thank you, I missed my flight. So I didn't see my baby till the next day. Spent the time and stuff like that, and then when I got back to LA, I'm on Facebook. It's some baby, And then the next thing I know, I get. But this time I'm a fugitive because I left Texas. I said fugitive, Warren. I live in California, but that's when I figured out. Oh, they
You
were
were-
supposed to get me there.
Right.
But I went in 2/22/12, and I didn't come home to June. And every day I had to fight. I went in 260 pounds. And I went in, like I said, big guy, 6'2", 200, just diesel, right? With a indecency charge to a minor. So I had everybody gutting from me. I couldn't be in PC like they was trying to do, small yay. Like, he was like, hey, bro, don't tell nobody what you in here for. I'm like, what? But the band that they give you is color-coded. And the color code coordinates to whatever charge that you get.
Right.
So
They
regardless
saw
of
it.
what I said, they saw my band color, so I was a target. So if it
Oh, that
wasn't-
hurts my
Dang.
So if
feelings.
it wasn't,
does.
so if it wasn't the deputies, it was the COs. It was, I got stabbed. They all over a lot.
And then you take this
Yeah.
opportunity to fall victim in character to the police.
Yeah.
That had to be, how the hell did you get that out of you after the film?
Hey, like I said, you know what? Doing this film was probably the biggest therapy for me because after I did it, it made me readdress all the things that I wanted to forget about. I came out with PTSD. I was really fucked
Right.
up.
I'm sure.
So after that, it made me readdress that pain. But let me tell you how God is, all right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, nothing I've gone through in my entire life has never been for nothing. It was always for something.
Absolutely.
All that prepared me for the movie. I wouldn't have known where to pull that from had I not had that experience with my situation.
Right.
It's too broad. It's too specific.
Yeah.
And then it's weird, especially if you're not that kind of person. So for me to go through that, it gave me the ammunition and the things that I needed to pull the role off. And then, like I said, now after that role is over, I can go anywhere and.
Well, I
make
think
something
that
happen.
I am a fan
Oh.
of Sistas.
Oh God.
Okay. But your role there, even seeing your role on here, I had to forgive you for that role.
Well.
Because I'm like, he went there too,
Right.
and he was like homophobic in there and beat up the gay guy that was on the show.
Yeah.
But every time they showed your face on camera, I was ready for you at home. So you're just an actor like that.
Right. But you know what? The thing about it was for all of us, the director, we were all at this point where, as creatives and being in the business, thinking that we should have, made it by now or had something big. We was like, man, he was on his legs. I was coming back from the backlash from season 2 because they was canceling me, Alonzo, this, that, and third. I'm about to get into fist fights. So I said I needed something to take people's mind off Alonzo. I need to show them that it's just an act.
It was day and night.
You know, so when I saw that, I said, I gotta do this
Yeah.
because now they can see this boy got chops.
Yeah.
You know, and all the roles that I played prior has always been physical. I'm beating somebody up, but I never beat up a homosexual dude. It was that one time got me in a whole world of trouble. But any other movie, man, I saw you kick that boy ass. You fucked him up. And I'm like, you know. And
You know how that goes.
Right.
Do you think that role made them try to cancel you?
Well, no, I had to give a public PR, because
Really?
Brian, who plays, he used it as a info for the LGBT.
Wow.
Because it was happening.
Yeah.
And he got up and did that. And I'm like, oh, I'm the poster boy for that.
Yeah,
now.
no. Oh,
And I'm
my
like,
goodness.
I don't
It was
have
just
a
a
voice. I
role.
can't, it's just a role.
Right.
So now,
That
I mean,
cancel
literally.
culture, baby.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So I was in West
Much.
Hollywood at a cigar lounge that I frequent. And sure enough, I'm in there smoking, having my, and Alonzo. And I'm like, whoa.
That's not me.
I'm like,
That's
yo,
a
this is
character.
time. No, and I'm like, man, so I had to do something to say, look, man, I'm just an
Because
actor.
Coffee watched the ice cream shop, and she was saying like, Dustin, how can someone even sign up for that?
Yeah.
So then it goes to you on that role. It's like, how do you? It's like I'm an
that's
actor.
I'm an actor.
And I'm gonna.
That's
this is
true.
my job.
It's a job at the end of the day.
Woo,
That was my
that's-
first day
it's
at work.
hard to separate that,
beating
though.
him up. That was my first. I literally went from look, that first scene.
How bad did he beat him up?
Bad. He was in the hospital. You have to watch
That
I'm
first
gonna have to watch
scene,
that.
that first scene, all the execs were out, everybody, and by this time I got there, the whole cast had bonded already. I was the last person that they added.
You were the outsider.
So everybody knew what everybody, could do.
Right.
I get off, fresh off. Now, mind you, I already had this weeks. I'm ready to get this off of me. I gotta get it out. I'm like, I can get this over with. I was so nervous and ready to get it out. Mr. Perry, hey, how you doing, Ty? When I got on set, and I walked right past him. And he was
'Cause
like,
you was so ready.
and everybody was like, ooh, like, damn, he just left Tyler hanging like that. And I was like, I was just so ready. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for the opportunity. Let's get this go. Let's
This
get this
is
go.
such a different guy than
Right.
Alonzo.
And then the first day, when he said cut, I just snapped.
Man.
Wow.
Yep.
And then after that, and then after that first take, everybody was like,
Yep.
you could hear a goddamn pin
Yeah.
drop.
What?
And then he said, do it again. So now I got to do it twice as hard as I did the first time because after the first take, Brian looked uncomfortable. So now I'm like, yeah, I got him. I got to go ahead and finish
Was he
the job.
mad at you after our uncomfortable
No.
tense?
He got him back.
You
He
can
beat him
tell.
back up.
But
Season
after
one,
that,
yeah.
was it a little in real life? Was
Well,
a little?
I don't know what it was, but it was definitely, it was so real to where, I put it this way, I've lost a few of my gay friends from that. After telling them, I said, listen, y'all know me, right? I got a role, this is what I'm doing. And after
I
they
can't
saw
believe
it,
this craziness.
Yeah.
This is out of control.
It was intense.
and I get it.
No,
It's-
but
I mean,
no,
I get
that's
it.
ridiculous. I'm
get it.
sorry. I get the uncomfortableness of it all. But what I don't get is the loss of a friendship.
Well, they weren't friends anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, at the end of the day, I hate to say that, but again, hey, life is hard. I've lived a hard one. I don't fault anybody.
And you're from where?
Chicago. Born and
I was
raised.
about to say, listen, I hear
it. That
accent
vibe,
now.
That
Yeah.
vibe.
South-
It just south, not south side,
No,
southeast,
yeah, south side, still the same
Okay,
thing,
yeah.
yeah.
From Chicago. Any you besides your daughter? Is that any more kids?
Yeah, I got a son.
Okay.
May I ask you another personal question? Not to go back on that topic,
No,
but
that's cool.
So you went through that, but it was the person that you chose to marry.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go into that about love, and did that mess up with trust with you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you'll never be the same. After divorce, you'll never be the same.
Out there getting stabbed
You
and
know,
fighting every day in
but-
prison.
but-
Heck
but-
no.
but-
How do you
falsely
be
accused.
able to love again?
Well, loving isn't the issue. You can love somebody and not necessarily trust them completely.
Absolutely.
You
You,
know,
better talk it
It's-
real.
It's you got boundaries up. Over time, those boundaries may tend to come
Right.
down. But I mean, I've never had a problem, moving on. I've never made another woman pay for the, the.
Good for
That's
you.
good.
Again, I mean, at least I still try.
Yeah.
Now, after it happened, I was pretty bitter, because I'm like, Just like you said, I gave you my last name, and this is what you
It's
do
marriage,
to me,
yeah.
just because.
So
and
sacred.
again, it wasn't no foul play. It was just that, it didn't work. I'm out.
Did you see any red flags in that relationship where you probably should have ran from?
Well, by the time that I saw them, it was already,
Over.
it was something where you think you can kind of manage, and a lot of it was just her family. Her mother tried to run my situation, and I'm like, it's mine.
Has she ever apologized,
No.
or have you guys made amends in any kind of way?
No.
Yeah.
May I ask
well,
if you have a relationship with your daughter? No.
Don't trust her. It's hard.
It is
So again,
hard.
for the most part, it's a family movie.
Yeah.
So you've been nominated.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all the hard work paid off. We got a nomination on one of the biggest platforms in Hollywood, pretty much considered the Black Oscars, NAACP Imaging.
Good for you.
Wow, good for you.
So
Good job.
Yeah,
because you're
So-
giving me black excellence in here. Tamper and all that.
Real Chicago.
Yeah, he got. I mean, I'm loving the frames. You
Thank
know
you.
what I'm saying?
They're fly, aren't
This is your day. So what are we giving? Because we do this little thing where we kind of guess signs, just for the fun of it.
I'm going to say fire.
Oh my God, everything is fire.
I wouldn't say Leo, but I would say Aries. I don't know. No, he didn't say it was his birthday. Okay.
He said.
Sag.
I'm an Aquarian.
I'm an Aquarius.
So you're not on fire.
Yeah.
How you not get it? Okay, we can allow you to have one out of all of us.
Out of all of
it
them,
was
yeah.
a lot. So
February or January?
February
Okay.
16th.
That's why I didn't get it because
February
you're almost a
16th.
Pisces. Okay.
He's strong. Like I love that. I love the versatility
and open.
right, because that's crazy.
A lot of guys can't be vulnerable and be able to, say that. But I'm really happy that you are able to tell your story because there's a lot of guys that fight with their baby mamas.
Yeah.
And, they can probably look at your story and be like, I could learn from that.
Absolutely,
definitely.
and there's so much more to tell. What's new? What's coming up?
Oh, but typically, I got a couple more roles that I'm preparing for. I lost weight for. I got some roles that we're in production with my company who did this IFG TV episodic. A lot of fire. Pretty much, I set the bar so high, I can't do anything below what we
Absolutely.
did. So I'm sure you guys will like it. Just be on the lookout.
Hey, I
Where can
can't
the
wait.
people
Yeah.
find you?
Definitely
Oh,
tune
well,
in.
you can find me on Instagram, official Ty Edwards. Same on Facebook, Ty the Tiger. And at the end of this summer, God forbid, I need everybody. If you got black skin, go see the ice cream stop.
Yeah.
I promise you, it'll change your life.
Yes, beautiful. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
depiction
Yeah.
in a crazy way,
Yeah.
but see it.
Yes.
Well, thank you for your time. We would love, if anything else is coming up, we would love to sit down with you again if
Yeah.
it's possible, maybe do a longer interview.
I look forward to coming back.
Yes, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you guys seen it here, Ty.
Yes.
What? What's this?
Oh, just to kind of go ahead and, I guess, commemorate this moment, I brought you guys a poster,
Oh, thank you.
autograph poster. So get familiar with this. You guys are going to see
Yes.
this. And,
I can't. The mics is in the way.
oh.
You guys, listen. This is called podcasting. Y'all can see us in our rawness. What you want me to do? They holding signs.
It's the
I
microphones, but there is a picture.
What am I supposed to do? What do y'all want me to do?
It's an honor, though.
Oh.
Thank you
It
so
is.
much.
Yes.
This is
Thank you.
such an honor.
Such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
All right.
Yay.